Don't let a small leak become a big expense. A frequently asked question we get: how much damage can a small water leak do? The answer is, the smallest water leak can cause a significant amount of damage. Look at what happened when a small water leak occurred in this house in the Canberra suburb of Watson. The leak began when the small rubber O-ring on the toilet cistern tap failed and allowed water to begin dripping onto the tiled floor of the toilet. The water was not running or spurting out from the O-ring, and the drips were small. However, the drips were constant. There was no floor drain, which is common in a lot of houses, and the owner was away on holidays when the dripping began. The owner had been away for 2 weeks, and it is likely that the O-ring on the tap was dripping for at least a week. The water first ran across the toilet floor. It then soaked into the carpet. When the carpet was saturated, the water soaked into the structural chipboard timber flooring. If this was single-story house, the damage to the carpets and timber flooring would have been bad enough. However, the house was not single-story, and the leak was on the second floor. Once the carpet and timber floor couldn't hold any more water, the water began dripping through the flooring onto the insulation between the floor and the top of the ceiling below. Water then accumulated in the insulation between the upstairs floor and downstairs ceiling plasterboard. The water also caused the plasterboard forming the ceiling to soften. When the waterlogged insulation became too heavy for the soft plasterboard to hold any longer, up the ceiling suddenly dropped on the kitchen benches and floor below. The water then continued to drip directly through the upstairs flooring onto the kitchen floor below. The tannins leaching from the timber of the upstairs flooring have stained the kitchen benches and flooring below. The owner was lucky that she was not under the ceiling when it collapsed, as it would have likely caused a serious neck injury. This was only a small water leak, but let's look at the damage it caused. The upstairs carpets are ruined and will need to be replaced. The glues holding the structural chipboard flooring together has been weakened. The structural flooring will likely need to be replaced because of their weakened state. The ceiling insulation between the upper and lower levels will need to be replaced. The entire kitchen ceiling will need to be removed, replaced, and repainted. The kitchen lighting will need to be replaced. The kitchen bench tops will need to be replaced if they cannot be cleaned. The kitchen cabinets may need to be replaced if they have absorbed too much water and begin to swell. The kitchen flooring will need to be pulled up and replaced. The question should be, how much water does it take to cause severe damage to a home? Small water leaks can cause the same amount of damage as large water leaks. The damage depends on the location of the leak, the design of the house, and how long the water has been leaking. Thanks for watching. If you have a small water leak, don't ignore it. If you live in the Canberra or Queanbeyan regions and need professional help with a water leak inside or outside your home, call Canberra Water Leak Locating and Detection Services now, and let us protect your property before the damage gets worse. Don't let a small leak become a big expense.